When I was growing up, I was exposed to an environment where it was normal for someone older to bully or ridicule younger people, especially younger boys. We were not allowed to speak back. Otherwise, we would be punished. From time to time, I experienced this, and as I was becoming a teenager, this made me have social anxiety. And I began to think less of myself, and I was afraid to speak to people, as I felt that I was not good enough. Then I started comparing myself to other people I knew, such as my friends. I was incredibly slim and weak, and people mocked me, which made me feel like nothing. Towards the end of my senior year, I still found myself trying to impress other people by making strange jokes and trying to make everyone laugh and happy. I attempted to make everyone think I was the happiest guy, but I was miserable and just hated myself. When I finished school, I knew I had to do something. I realized that this would never stop unless I dealt with it, and stopped blaming the past for my insecurities and low self-esteem. Consequently, I stopped caring what people thought of me. I stopped trying to impress others. I asked myself why I felt the need to impress and live up to other people's expectations to feel good about myself. And I wondered, what if they didn't even care? I have learned that it is important for me to focus on myself and believe in myself. If I do not believe in myself, then who will? It is up to me to believe in myself and know that I am worth it. I realized that I don't actually need anyone because I was born alone, not with anyone. And if I were able to make it to where I'm, then I didn't need anyone, and that I would be able to manage perfectly fine. I stopped comparing myself to others and stopped complaining about my past and used it as my motivation. Low self-esteem can originate from other people putting you down. You begin to believe that you are actually who they say you are. Unfortunately, you have been in a system of education where you have had to compete with others. A system where if you are better than someone else, you will feel better about yourself. You feel unhappy when you aren't doing so well. It is no way to live life to compete with other people. Instead, compete against yourself and try to be better than you were yesterday. When you compete with others, you will never be the same as them because you are two different people. You are special in your own way. When you realize that you are not superior to others and that nobody is superior to you, you will realize that low self-esteem doesn't really exist. You'll see that it's all in your head. I shared my story with the hopes of learning something and knowing that if I was able to overcome my struggles, then you can too. Anyone could, and perhaps even you may have faced something even worse than me. But I want you to understand that you are valuable. Otherwise, you would not exist in the first place. I'll tell you some of the 4 ways to build your self-esteem. Number 1. You need to practice self-acceptance. Accept yourself just the way you are. If you don't, no one will. You need to understand that you are a human being like everyone else and that you will make mistakes along the way. Number 2. It is important to practice self-responsibility, to understand that you are responsible for everything in your life. No one is going to take control of your life. You must stop making excuses and take charge. We understand that what happened was not your fault and the past can't be changed, but you can change what will come. Number 3. Practice self-assertiveness. What do I mean by that? Let's say, for instance, you go to a party with your friends. You refuse the drink because you promised yourself you wouldn't drink for the next 6 months. But you refuse to drink despite their suggestions. And you show them that you can leave the part and you can go have fun somewhere else if they keep insisting. This will demonstrate that you are confident in what you say and do, and that you are not afraid to show that you don't care what they think about you. If you start to stand your ground with things you don't agree with or begin to stick to your own rules, they will start to respect you and see you as someone who is confident and assertive. Number 4. Practice self-purpose before you even start to improve your esteem. Make sure you have a purpose for doing it. Are you doing it because you care about yourself, or because you're doing it for the people you love? Or are you doing it to impress other people? Just like the people in the military or army. They are there because they have a reason and a purpose. This will help you have personal integrity. This means that if you break others' integrity or rules, you will not care. It won't affect your self-esteem because they don't go against what you believe in. But when you act against what you believe in, your inner voice will tell you how worthless you are, and you will know it because it's in your head all the time. It is nearly impossible to build self-esteem if you constantly have your inner thoughts bringing you down. You cannot have your inner voice telling you that you are not good enough and try to build self-esteem at the same time. Have you noticed that all the methods start with the word practice? This is because all of these things need practice and failure. Self-esteem is not something that you can just have by watching a video or reading a book, although that would be lovely if it was that easy. You have to keep practicing, and you should view every failure as an opportunity to learn. Other than that, this is self-esteem for you.